greatest group of business leaders in North America. Hey, we're humbled to stand before you today, and we really, truly don't take this responsibility lightly, as so many of the speakers have said. Speaking to a group like this is really humbling, because what can I tell you, right? You're doing something great in your business already. Definitely want to give it up to Glenn and Peter and the planning group for their tireless leadership and their dedication. To my great uplines, Mike and Regina Evans. We're really excited. Mike and Regina were the first African-American SNSD to promote an African-American SNSD. And in about 3 weeks, 3 weeks, I know everybody keeps asking, I don't know, what's your number? Just give me the ring, man. This is getting to be a problem, right? People don't even ask you how you're doing. It's like, when you going over? But he's going to be the first African-American $1 million earner to have an African-American $1 million earner. You can give it up for that. So thanks, Mike, for sticking with me over the years and through thick and thin. We got some all-star senior leaders here, the Mallards, over $400,000 in income, the Coopers, in a couple of weeks will be over $400,000, Mika Saunders, over $300,000. We appreciate them. My partners in the room, Militia, those who know us, truly know us, know that when we officially started dating, right, that's on me, we were at $250,000 in income, and now we're about to go over $1 million in 2 years together. I love you to life. So what's our theme? Let's make history, right? Hey guys, come on, work with me. It's make history, right? But making history requires growth. Let's not be confused, teammates. You can grow your income and not grow your business. But you cannot grow your business and not grow your income. I'm not talking at you today. I'm talking with you. I got those same things I got to work on. I'm going to be paid $1 million. But personally, I realize that I don't have $1 million hierarchy. Is that okay to say? But please understand, Glenn, I'm not sending any of that money back. We're just evaluating ourselves, as I think that all of us should do going into this new year, 2018. See, I want to make history too, but I understand that me and my team, just like you and yours, have got to grow. Jimmy Meyer stood up here yesterday. He said, I have 300 RVPs. One of my great mentors, John and Angela Lennon, when they went over $1 million, had 147 RVPs. Little old Joe Ward has 16. Now listen, I want the money. I think it's great. I'm not giving it back, but I got to grow. Shane Rubman once said, a company's greatest strength is also its greatest weakness. So let's talk about what Primerica's greatest strength is today. And I'm not talking about what we do for clients in the crusade. I'm talking about the corporation. It's our compensation. It's how much money we make. But Primerica's greatest weakness is how much money we make. See, we've just got to evaluate. We've got to look at this and say, are we okay with having less people and making more money? I think the answer to that is no. It's about size. I've heard that size matters. When Joe Ward went over $200,000, I had 125 people showing up to my weekly base shop meeting. An RVP today that makes $200,000 typically has 25 or 30 people. Now, that's not a bad thing. Guys, listen, make that money. But realize you haven't built anything yet. And I'm saying the same thing to myself, right? Build your business. Make the money that it pays you to build it. But in my community, we've got a statement that says, stay woke. You see, your bank account is telling you big base shop, but your net worth is screaming hierarchy. Hundreds of codes. We got 750 codes in our hierarchy, and we should have 1,000. I guess I'm one of those ones that we're well-trained and mighty, and I believe in a big base shop. I believe that's how you're going to have strong, productive regional vice presidents. We ran an $80,000 base shop for 3 straight years. We averaged a $50,000 base shop in 2017. We're not sitting on the sidelines, right? But a big base shop has to be with purpose, which is to develop, in my humble opinion, code numbers, which lead to field trainers. I think that is probably the lost art of what's not talked about enough. Field trainers. Because without field trainers, you can't have first generation RVPs. The base is not just for production. So the question that gets asked is, Joe, how did you grow your income 8 diamonds in 2 years? Well, it goes back to 2009. Really 2008, the end of 2008, I had a 9-month period of time where we personally did 15 to 20 appointments a week for 9 months. I'm not going to lie to you, say it was 12 months or it was 18 months. It was 9 months. I do an appointment anywhere, anytime, with anybody. I was doing that, as many of you that know my story, I was running really what Daryl Hawes brought back to the company, which was what we call coffee appointments. I'm at Starbucks morning, noon, and night. But what came out of it? 10 field trainers. 7 of which became regional vice presidents. Are y'all with me? I know, first speaker. Well, that was the past, yo. That's what you did back in the day. 2017. I've been working on something called expansion. I remember Art Williams talking about we're not a city vice president or a neighborhood vice president. You're a regional vice president. And before 2017, I probably had 95% of my organization in Chicago, right? I built 2 legs in 2017 in 2 different cities. I built a $15,000 leg in Memphis. We have an office there now. I built a $10,000 leg in St. Louis. We're opening an office there in the next 90 days. We're running the same plays that I'm talking to you about. I understand what I got to do. I'm not done. I'm excited about my income. I'm excited about where we are. But we're going to promote 5 more first generations by the time we get to that Benz. You've got to change the climate of your hierarchy. And the way to do that is by promoting some more firsts. That's all I understand. By moving that base shop, we did 70 in the base last month. We'll do 80 in the base this month. We haven't done that in probably, 2-3 years. We're understanding where we've got to go. I challenge you, when you go back, go get a new direct. It's been talked about. Get that person licensed. And what did we say? Get them the field trainer. See, my thought process and my mentality was, I create trained assassins that you can go out and be as good at me, if not better, from the training process. If you do that, watch your business explode. Add 5 field trainers in your base shop. Watch your income explode. If we're going to make history, and again, I'm talking to myself before I talk to you. If we're going to make history, teammates, Michael Jordan cannot be sitting on the bench. At what point in Michael Jordan's career, even when he was in Washington, was he coming off the bench? You are the MJ of your base shop. I know your regional leaders think they're better than you. Maybe it's time to put the uniform, the jersey back on and show them they're not. You're the MJ of your hierarchy. This is a room of 500 folks that can spark the flame, that can set North America on fire. And the end of the day is, you know it. You know you're the one. I thought that was excellent yesterday, what Ivan said, of the different categories of us. And before 2017, let's just keep it honest. In 16, wasn't a lot of field training being done. Not by me. Wasn't a lot of appointments being done. Not by me. But guess what also was happening in my hierarchy? I'm a base shop in my hierarchy. We got to spark that flame. Here's a question you got to ask yourself. Really, some soul searching. I've been at every single one of these senior leadership meetings, right? And at some point, you got to say to yourself, you're tired of being a face in a crowd. You tired yet? You got to say to yourself, and it's just what I humbly believe. And it doesn't have to do with how talented we are, or how good we are. It's how good the company is. I believe that the company's greatest hierarchies have yet to be built. See, it doesn't say, oh, you're comparing yourself to the original 85 or this. No, they didn't have all the things we have. They didn't have the comp we have, the system we have, the innovation that we have. So how are we not bigger? Talking to me. How are we not bigger? The greatest hierarchies haven't been built. You know what I want to be? I want to be a great ape. One of my other mentors, Charles Whiten, is always talking to me about being a great ape. You know the definition of a great ape? 100 VPs. Not 16. 100. You want to be a great ape? Okay, well, the three of us are going to be great apes, and it's going to be, I'm telling you, we're going to tear this world up, man. Y'all meet me we're having a meeting in the back. I believe that Primerica one day is going to have its version of Mount Rushmore. Is your face going to be etched in stone? See, that fires me up. I don't really care about the money because we're making a lot now. We're saving a goo gob. Most of it I never see. So I feel broke. Does that make sense? I want to be talked about. I want somebody to know my name. What about the rebirth of the mega hierarchy? If we do that, we can be the #1 life insurance company in force, period. Let's not play this term insurance game. In force, period. If we do that, we can get to the 100 rubies. Do you understand that somebody at the Benz Dome is going to be number 100? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? 75,000 at the Mercedes-Benz Dome. It's on us. See y'all at the top.